Hi friends, this is Selvijay here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. Today let us discuss and debug the OSPF's totally stubby issue. So the point in bringing this video is first we have to understand the difference between stub and totally stubby. So stub is used to block only the external routes, but totally stubby is used to block the external routes and also routes from an other OSPF, same OSPF domain, right? It not only blocks the non-OSPF domain, it also blocks the area from other OSPF area. So that is the purpose of totally stubby. So here in this architecture, R1, R2, R3 I configured in OSPF domain and R3 to R4 I configured in an EAGRP routing protocol. So R3 I configured as a border router which always does the redistribution, right, from a EAGRP to the OSPF domain. So due to some reason today, the PC1 I am not able to reach PC2. So we need to just go and fix the issue. So let us go to individual router and let us see the routing entries. So go to R1 and let us check the routing table. Show IP route. So in this routing entry, I'm seeing the directly connected interfaces. 116.10.0, that is nothing but the PC subnet, and I'm able to see 1.series, right? But I am not able to see the external route. You are able to see the inter-area route, right? 2.0, but I'm not seeing the external subnet, 20.0 no, subnet I'm not able to see. So now let us check the from R2 perspective also. Let us check from R2, show IP route. So R2 also may be able to see only the directly connected interface 1.0 and 2.0. This is subnet, it interconnects, and it is also we are able to see the PC1 subnet, but we are not able to see the other subnet, that is a PC2 subnet. I'm not able to see. So what is the reason? So we need to just do a basic ping from R1 to R2. That is a basic connectivity you have to check. So 192.168.1.1 I'm able to reach, 1.2 I am able to reach, right? So we have to ping from 2.1 to 2.2. So because we need to check where the issue exactly arise. 2.1, 2.2 I'm able to reach. Let us check 3.1. So 3.1 I'm not able to see the packet, right? I'm seeing the packet timeout. So that means the issue lies in this R2 to R3, R3 to R4 communication, right? So this R3 is a border router. So here I configure the redistribution from this EAGRP, this is a EAGRP domain. So EAGRP to OSPF domain, R3 will does redistribution. So there may be a redistribution issue or some other issue. So we need to go and fix the issue. Let us go to R2 and R3. So let us go to R3 and check. Show run. So that can also you have to check for stub and totally stubby. Sometimes that also will block the external route, right? So it is blocking, stub is blocking. So we need to remove the stub route. So let us check from R2 whether we have configured any stub routing. So here also we configure this. So here we have configured the totally stubby area. So stubby is nothing but block the external routes. So that is the reason we are not seeing this advertised route, external routes in this R1 routing table, because it is blocking the external routes. So R3 does the redistribution. R3 is the border router. So what happened? Let us now go and fix the issue. So before that, let us ping from PC1. 172.16.20.2 is the remote PC. See, I'm not able to ping, right? So let us ping from PC2 also. Ping 172.16.10.10.2. I'm not able to ping, right? As I already told, we are not able to see this corresponding subnet in this routing table. So let us go and remove the stub area, right? So before that, I want to show the database. Let us go to R3 and let us check there is another command you have to check, show IP OSPF database. So here you have to see the type 5 external LSC, right? About the OSPF, type 5 is nothing but an external route. The EGRP routes, it always shows as type 5 external route. It's a non-OSPF domain, but we are not seeing the type 5 external LSC. That is another troubleshooting you have to do. Let us check from R1 also. Let us go to R1 and let us see show IP OSPF database, right? So here also we are seeing the router, netlink state, DR LSC and the summary LSC, but we are not seeing the external type 5 LSC. So that is the main reason. So now let us go and fix the issue. Let us go to R2 and let us go to configuration mode, router, OSPF 100, and let us remove no area, one stub, no summary. So this is the thing you have to remove. So then let us go to R3. And here also we have configured, right? Let us check it out. Show run include step. So let us go to configuration mode, router, OSPF 100, no area 1, stub. So this is the thing I have done. So now let us see whether we're able to reach the PC1 to PC2, right? So let us check. Before that, let us check the routing entries. That's the basic thing you have to check. So previously I shown that only we are seeing only the directly connected interfaces and the inter-area route, right? This only these routes we are seeing. So now you have to advertise the external route also. Let us see. It may take some time. Let us check it out. R3 and you have to check on R2 and R3. These are you configured as stub and this is a totally stubby. So this R2 and R3, let us check it out. Show run include stub. So stub is removed, right? Let us check from R2 perspective also. Show run include stub. Oh, this there actually. So we have to remove this also. Go to router OSPF 100. So no area 1. Let us remove this stub. So now it should come up. Let us check from R1 perspective. It should show the external route. So we're able to see, right? Previously it was down actually because this configured as a down. Now the OSPF route came up with from low loading to full stage. That means the OSPF neighbor relation is up. Let us now check the R1 routing table. So now we are able to see, right, OE2. That is means the EAGRP routes will advertise into the OSPF domain as a OE2 external route domain. And also we are seeing the inter-area route. Every route we are able to see. And let us check from R2 perspective also. R2. Show IP OSPF database. We can check the database also. So now you can see a type of LSC, what we call it as a type 5 external LSC. So type 5 external LSC, you are seeing the external subnet. This is a PC2 subnet and this is a EGRP domain, right? We are able to see both the subnet. Same way you can see in R1 also. So R1 also you can see the show IP OSPF database. It will show type 3 and the type 5 external LSC. So now let us do a basic ping from PC1 to PC2. So now I'm able to reach PC2, right? Let us check from PC2 also. Let us ping PC1 IP. I'm able to reach from PC1 to PC2 and PC2 to PC1. And now let us see. Now I'm going to show what are the things I have configured in R3. R3 is a border router I told. This is doing the redistribution from the EHRP into the OSPF domain, right? So let us go to R3 and I want to show the configuration what I have done. So let us go to R3. So R3, this is the thing I configured. Router OSPF 100 is nothing, it is a basic redistribution. Redistribute EHRP 100. Then we have to define the metric. Metric is metric 30 and followed by the subnet keyword. So this subnet keyword is always mandatory, otherwise it will not redistribute the networks. And followed by the directly connected network I define. Similarly, in router EHRP, I have to redistributed OSPF. Redistribute OSPF followed by the autonomous number and followed by this is the EHRP metric, right? So this is the thing I configuration I have done. So since I configured the stub and the totally stubby on both R2 and R3, which block the PC1 from reaching PC2. So now you are removed. Now we are able to reach from PC1 to PC2. So this is the way we can troubleshoot and debug the OSPF issues. So this type of troubleshooting will be very helpful when we are troubleshooting any major complex network. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day.